Hey everyone, this is Nikachu, and back is my brother, and we are here to play some Simic Merfolk in Modern.
What's Simic?
Blue-green. I know you're new to this thing, and you know what? No one likes this name. I don't like this name, but you know what? Simic Merfolk, it kind of goes together, so I'm going to go with it. But before we get into any of this, we're going to thank our sponsor, the Manabase.com. If you want to see the return of Pauper Ponderings, go check out Austin Hoey. He is playing Pirate Stompy in Pauper. Go check him out at Pauper Ponderings on the Manabase.com. And I have new patrons supporting me on Patreon. The wave just keeps getting bigger and bigger, at least like 10 feet every single week. So I would love to so much thank all my new patrons. Thomas Kuntz.
What?
Tapio Juntunen. Nick Deff. Stephen Vo. And JV. Thank you so much for supporting me on Patreon. Yeah, we're going back with Simic. I haven't playtested this yet in competitive leagues. I've been very busy with school. My brain is completely fried right now, so the results in this competitive league will be totally dubious. I'm going to make the early prediction that this is the real deal, people. Move to Simic, and I'll tell you why. It's because random people with random deck lists are making big finishes. They're going deep. This never happened with the normal mono blue version. You know, like very rarely we would see some like random list make a top 8 or go deep in a tournament. We are very consistently seeing the power of Kumena Speaker and Merfolk Branchwalker. They're helping make very deep finishes for Merfolk in the SCG events. Online, it's all over the place. Like even, what's his name? The guy's name escapes me from Channel Fireball. He played the deck just backwards and went 4-0 online. So he had a great result with it. And so anyway, I think Kumena Speaker is just a huge upgrade. 1 mana 2/2 creature, very important. We have way more turn 4 wins, very aggressive, and of course Merfolk Branchwalker is just Silver Gill Adepts number 5 through 8. But I think we have enough early results to see that this is just an improvement over mono blue. And you don't even need to go super into green. Just play the normal mono blue deck. You can have a completely blue sideboard. It's not important. All that's important is that you're playing with Merfolk Branchwalker and Kumena Speaker and enough cards in the main deck so that you have your colors available to you. So we're going to go into my sort of like new build. I am totally aware that there's a lot of lists that are just playing with Kumena Speaker and no Curse Catcher. I don't like that. I think having enough 1-drops... First off, like one of the reasons Merfolk was losing before is because we didn't have anything to do on turn 1. We'd have so many games land, go, and then we're on the back foot the entire game. I want enough 1-drops to like survive. So we're going to play with Curse Catcher. I don't need to play with a lot of copies, just 2. Enough to fill the 1-drop void.
What does this guy do though?
What, this guy?
Yeah.
1 mana 2/2 creature, but,
yeah, but there's a lot
at the cost of green. You need to have an island or a Merfolk in play for it to be a 2/2 creature. Otherwise, it's just a 1/1.
Alright.
And Merfolk Branchwalker, my brother thought it explodes. It actually explores.
When it enters the battlefield, it explodes.
Yes.
My eyes are bleary.
Our opponent explodes. So yeah, we get the Scry effect. Or it can become bigger, which also helps for turn 4 kills. So I am going to hedge between the two, Kumena Speaker and Curse Catcher, and as we saw in my Coco Folk build, we don't need to play with all 4 Curse Catchers. I'm pretty fine with 10 1-drops, maybe 11 is the sweet spot, and I can get rid of a Phantasmal Image for it. So I'm going to borrow from Jan Gudenhaus's list that went 5-0 twice online. He played with 4 Phantasmal Images, and I have a lot of reason to believe that that is a good card, and we're going to have a lot of Lords as a result of this.
Did Lords pump all these other Merfolk guys up?
Of course, these are all Merfolk. It's green, but it's Merfolk.
Alright.
Merfolk Scout. It's like half plant. This is half plant. Looks like something out of Avatar, in my opinion.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
Never seen the movie.
But you've seen those trailers and the commercials. So yeah, I think we're gonna overdo it on the Lords. Phantasmal Image, of course. We have more things to copy. Like we now can copy Branch Walker, which is great. So it's really hard to whiff on Phantasmal Image, and I'm hoping that's going to bring us some more early kills. So a lot of people are crying, "Play more Cavern of Souls, Nikachu. Play more Cavern of Souls." All right, we're going to play with more Cavern of Souls at the cost of fetch lands. And we have 10 sources, 10 green sources, which doesn't matter very much for Commander Speak or Branchwalker because they can be cast off of Cavern of Souls. But it does for Natural State in the sideboard. Now, I'll admit we don't need this card in the sideboard, but I want to see how well it will work out. I can totally see this being maybe Echoing Truth or something, or maybe Vapor Snag. I'm not sure, or even just extra copies of all this other stuff that we already have. But I want to try out Natural State. I want something for Ensnaring Bridge decks. I want something for Affinity. And you know what? You can even help against like the Primeval Titan decks because we can. They have a few enchantments that we can blow up. So yeah, that is basically going to be the list. I am going to be playing with Botanical Sanctum. I'm still playing with some fetch lands. And 2 Cavern of Souls. I really don't believe in this card, to be honest. I don't think there are enough counter spells in the format to warrant this. And I think it's just a big liability, my opinion. I don't think we even need 2. I mean, we can try it, but like I would rather that at least one of these was another fetch line, so I could cast this thing. If I'm only playing with blue cards in the sideboard, okay, we can play with 2 Cavern of Souls, no problem, because these guys can get just cast off of Cavern of Souls, and we're gonna have no problem. There was a list. The recent SCG list had like 4 Cavern of Souls and 1 Unclaimed Territory. That is a very unstable mana base. I think there was only like 10 blue sources. Yeah, only 10 blue sources to cast their counter spells in the sideboard. That's not enough. That deck is going to get mana screwed on some semi-regular basis against combo decks. So that it's a very gambly mana base, and that's what I want to say. Like a lot of the blue-green lists that we're seeing popping up, not tuned. They've got problems, but the deck is still so powerful that they're making these great results. So anyway, this is the list I'm going to be playing this week. Let's go check it out. Anyway, we won the die roll. I think we're up against a fellow viewer, but I'm not sure. So we won the die roll. That's good because I didn't win many die rolls last time. This hand sucks.
Looks pretty good to me, but I wouldn't know.
It's a lot of land.
Yeah, it's great.
Like we play turn 1 Commander Speaker and then can't even cast Silvergill Adept. This hand's very awkward. If we draw any green cards, that's not good either. But it's really low to the ground, and if any colorless source can cast Silvergill Adept or Phantasmal Image, so we'll keep it, and we'll just hope to find a blue source. We do find that blue source, that is good. Some good news. And we're off to the races. Actually, sorry, I don't know who this person is. Mimoroto? Oh no, maybe it is a viewer. Or a Merfolk player. Ooh, no, forget that. Serum Visions. Don't know exactly what. I guess this could be Storm. No, we're gonna. I have a good. I have a pretty good aggro hand, so we're going to just play like turn 2 Lord of Atlantis into turn 3 Lord of Atlantis, and I'm just gonna try to win the game like this, and then we can potentially win with Phantasmal Image. And Curse Catcher is still going to be a nuisance. There's also the chance that I copy Curse Catcher with Phantasmal Image. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. So it does look like it's going to be Storm. Looks very much like Storm. Well, that's late. It would be useful because I would love the option to Phantasmal Image my Curse Catcher. I'm just going to play Lord of Atlantis, and we're going to threaten lethal next turn. And let's hope we don't lose. We have some backup with Curse Catcher, but we definitely could just die here.
Wait, are we playing?
That's awkward. Can't really do much about this. Huh?
Never mind. I was about to ask, are we playing Modern or Legacy?
No, we're playing Modern. What's with this phantasmal image? Oh no. Gifts. Oh, certain visions. Okay, that could be good. 1, 2, maybe they'll try to grape shot. Grape shotting will be awkward because phantasmal image. Well, it can copy. I bet once they grape shot, it's going to nail both the lords. Well, here's the thing. I could try to counter this. But then they would just let it counter, and then they just grape shot Lord, Lord, and everything else anyway. So here's my opportunity. I can counter this, and they only have red mana, and they may not be able to play Gifts Ungiven.
Do it.
But let's say they play Gifts Ungiven. I think I can just let it resolve. It doesn't matter. Yeah, I don't think it matters. We'll just let them. Ritual. Past in Flames. That's fine. Because I can counter the very first thing that they play. Not thrilled about this because we don't have lethal. So, like, we have to sack the Curse Catcher here. Sack Curse Catcher we will. And now we're hoping our opponent doesn't have a land because the flashback cost... Oh no, it doesn't matter. This flashback cost is very expensive. Useless. Absolutely useless. Could Silvergill do anything?
Cast you a card.
Hmm?
Draws you a card.
Yeah, it can. Phantasmal Image is very vulnerable. Very, very vulnerable. I'm very curious what my opponent was working towards that last turn. I guess they wanted to Ritual into Manamorphose, create blue mana, and then start using Serum Visions or something. You know what I guess we can do? We can play Phantasmal Image, we'll copy a Lord, we attack for 8, they go down to 3, and then if our board somehow gets blown up, like Grape Shot, Phantasmal Image, and both Lords, then we can try to rebound with Silvergill Adept. You have islands. Sorry, you have island. This is good enough.
Well, whatever you're gonna do, you better do it, because you're dead next turn.
Really wish we had a Harbinger. I really wish we could Harbinger that Goblin Election Master back to their hand. That land is not good to see. Because then this Gifts Ungiven could do some very serious damage. I just hope they can't do anything with it. One mana left, so they have to get a bunch of rituals. I'm very likely just going to dump all the rituals in the graveyard. Just go blank.
Sounds done.
But who knows, maybe they have more rituals in their hand. I have no idea what's in their hand. Oh, they went for everything. So Noxious Revival is going to cost them life. Unfortunately, life that they can pay. think I just deprive them of as much mana as possible. So, but what Noxious Revival will do is I'll put a Pyretic Ritual on top of their deck. They need 4 mana, I guess, for Past in Flames. So how do they create this 4 mana? They can... If I put the rituals in the graveyard, they Manamorphose, have 2 mana, Noxious Revival, Desperate Ritual back on top of their deck, play Desperate Ritual, get up to 4 mana, cast Past in Flames. That just doesn't do anything. So put the chosen cards into your graveyard. Sorry, search your opponent. Search your library after 4 cards with different names and reveal them. Target opponent chooses 2 of them, 2 of those cards. Put the chosen cards into your graveyard. Okay, so I'll put the rituals to the graveyard and good luck the rest of your hand. So the Noxious Revival, a ritual back on top of their deck, but I just don't know where it goes. Like what that's going to achieve them. And we can F4 from here.
It's got 1 life left.
Yeah, so close. So the Manamorphose will happen. If they have another ritual in hand, I guess we just lose anyway. So you have 4 mana to cast Past in Flames, but like... Oh, you Noxious Revival something... No, but you can't pay for it. You can't pay for Noxious Revival's flashback cost. You have no life to pay anymore. See, that's where, like, now it just bricks. That's the end. That was the point. Alright, so we have a decent chunk of interaction. I forgot to mention in the deck tech, a lot of people are screaming for Dismember. I don't know if we really need it. Like, there's a lot of lists that are going deep with no creature interaction, and because, like, Merrill Regery is just going to clear the blockers, the only time you might want creature interaction is in this matchup. But they actually have a lot of creatures now, so, like, you kill one and they're just going to get another one. I think the better cards are things like Dispel, Disdainful Stroke, and Relic of Progenitus. So I'm not thrilled about Phantasmal Image because it's just too fragile in this matchup. Also not thrilled. I'll take out 2 Merrill Regery, but I'll take out... I guess all the... Oh no, we need to take out Spreading Seas. Forget that. I'm not thrilled about that card. That card's terrible. Maybe we'll just have all the Lords. Maybe we'll have 3 Lords. It's okay to have some stuff at 3 mana. It's just not too many. It's just good to be really low to the ground. Harbinger can, in theory, bounce some of these creatures back to their hand. And there's nothing to blow up with Natural State. Noxious Revival is green, so no, that's not going to counter anything either. So we'll just go with this. Harbinger of the Tides is, like, fine. Or is it good enough? Because I can't... There used to be a time against Storm where you cast it for 4 mana at the end of their turn, but now doing that makes you vulnerable to gifts ungiven. We'll bring in another Lord. I'm okay with this. I used to play with like 2 to 3 Master Waves and like 1 Merrill Regery, so this should be fine.
Master Waves out.
Master Waves out. Plants in. Master of Gardening. The Branch Walker. Must be very friendly with monkeys. Sounds useless.
It's great.
If anyone wants to know why we're bringing Relic, it's because their graveyard is completely dependent. Their combo is completely dependent on their graveyard. Mulligan. Oh, this hand is good. We have no pressure.
Keep it.
1 island and this thing's online. This is like, we have no pressure. 1 green source and we will have pressure. This thing is basically a dead card. I'm going to keep this. These are too strong. This is just way, way, way too strong to throw away. So I'll keep this, and I just hope they don't have Shattering Spree. This looks loose, but like, as long as this keeps their graveyard empty, we have like a lot of turns to like work with. Like, Relic is incredibly good in this matchup. And I hope to prove to you why.
Let me show you.
Let me show you. Could backfire to like a Shattering Spree or something. I don't know. Echoing Truth maybe. Well, if we have a land untapped, you know, we can get some value out of it, but we need to really make this count. Oh man, they're choked on mana. Oh, that was a great draw. Excellent. So we'll delay the second relic in favor of an Ether Vial. Oh no, you don't. I guess that's fine. It's just a card for another card. In fact, we're still eating a card, actually, so we still get value.
Delicious.
All right, so we're gonna get online really quickly soon. They're struggling to find their second land. We found our Ether Vial. I didn't even think that was an out. I was hoping for a breeding pool, but Thassa gave me an Ether Vial. Nice. Another relic. We got them all, boys.
You can't lose.
I hope. Well, we could still get Shattering Spree pretty badly.
You could also dump a relic just to crack it. Get a card.
Well, yeah, but I need mana to do that. This game is a bit comical. Because our opponent is digging. I mean, they're digging. So what did they... yeah, I should be also looking at their Serum Visions. I'm guessing the Visions kept putting cards on the bottom. Card on top, card on bottom. Okay, so we'll exile this thing. Sort of hoping to get a land so I can play this relic and have mana up to crack the relic. Well, there we go, and we have mana for Disdainful Stroke as well. I'm probably going to attack and then put a Viola Harbinger in play to activate this thing. Harbinger doesn't really do anything. Play Flooded Strand, play the last relic. I hope I'm not being greedy here. I hope this is not a greedy play by any means.
How could he blow out all your relics?
A card called Shattering Spree.
Well, then you should have kept 2 in your hand, dummy.
Because, like, they might ritual into blowing up a bunch of relics.
Better believe all this is getting eaten up.
Yeah, I better start eating things right now, actually. There's no reason for me to not eat stuff.
Game's over.
I guess, you know what? I could have fetched out a breeding pool just to make this thing bigger and then leave Harbinger of the Tides less vulnerable to sorcery speed removal.
Can you eat that Metamorphose?
I can. It's getting eaten now. Nom nom nom. Yeah, pretty big turn, whatever this guy's doing. Just in case it matters, I'm going to crack this fetch land right now. Get an island. Just in case I don't know, at the right moment. Maybe I could have thought about that better. When's the right moment to crack this?
Is the Progenitus of Relic of Progenitus the same Progenitus as that big sea dragon?
Yep. Look at the picture.
Oh.
You can see a little
There he is.
Hydra looking thing. Reveal the top 5 cards. So pieces of the puzzle. I don't really know what this card does. Reveal the top 5 cards of your library. Put up to 2 instants and or sorceries from among them into your hand. The rest into your graveyard. Okay, sure. I'll be horribly disappointed if this, or if they put gifts ungiven and another pieces of the puzzle. Storm's getting pretty high. I'm not gonna lie, Storm is pretty high. Yeah, can't do dink about that. Maybe this relic was greedy.
Yeah, you should have held up the third one. We'll just click undo a bunch of times. They'll go back.
Storm is very high. Empty the Warrens might be close to lethal. I think I'll put Manamorphose and a Ritual in the graveyard, and they can have Past in Flames in their hand, because they'll have to cast Past in Flames to get use out of it, and then that's when I can crack my relic. Wipe the graveyard out.
Oh, that's a colorful card.
There's Shattering Spree, so we're about to lose everything. We get to keep the Vial, which is useful. Nothing against that. So I'm going to crack a relic, eat the graveyard, lose the other relics. Okay, pass the turn. We got Disdainful Stroke, people. We also have a Lord of Atlantis in our hand. That's nice. Is there any value attacking and letting them block? Because that would be horrible for them. Or take 6. Like, what can you do if I let you block this thing? If you have another brawl, that okay. Hold on. So you if let's say you take 3, you go to 11. Do I have lethal next turn? I do.
Put Master in there. Try it out. Bump them up.
Yeah, but like they'll have Island Walk. I actually want to. I might want to let them. Might want to trick them into blocking. I think it might be inaccurate. You can make the argument like if they do block, then it's good for them, but I don't think so. They might have Pyroclasm or something in their deck. It's not something I can really play around right now. So you take 6, go to 8. Okay. I'll just not let them block. It's fine. So they have a Past in Flames and a Ritual in hand is what's happening. Okay, so they have Sleight of Hand, that's fine. The idea is they play Past in Flames and then bam, Disdainful Stroke. A lot of people ask me about Disdainful Stroke, like what is this card good against? Storm! That's what it's good against. It's pretty good against Storm. Because all these cards, they don't really matter very much. It's just that one big card, the Past in Flames, the Gifts Ungiven, those cards matter. This must be a big sweat with this sleight of hand. Not so sure what I'm concerned about seeing. Probably I don't want to see another land. I think Merfolk has just enough interaction against Storm. Just enough. I don't think our game 1 should be very good, especially since we don't have any real interaction. Just some curse catchers, which we have 2 curse catchers, and fortunately we did have them in that last game, in game 1. But in general, in games 2 and 3, we have quite a bit of disruption in the form of relics and counter spells. Hope you guys saw some of the power of relic. I probably didn't need to play the 3rd one. So here comes Desperate Ritual. There's Gifts Ungiven, and I think we can just say...
No dice.
4. Yeah, no dice. Just put an end to this right now. And we win the match. That's how it's done. That's how it's done.
Hope you brought an umbrella, Storm, because it's windy out there.
And your win rate against Storm gets even higher for depending on how good your opponent is. The worse the Storm opponent, because Storm is a complicated deck. I mean, this is not a simple deck to play. If you want proof of that, go check out Todd Stevens on Star City Games. He was up against Tom Ross playing Merfolk, and the whole comment section was like, Todd, you don't know how to play Storm. The Storm is complicated, so even I think we have a lot of game against a very proficient Storm pilot, like the Storm Masters, and then against anyone who might not be great at Storm, it's all gravy from there.
Storm from X-Men?
Storm from X-Men? Anyway, yeah, that's
gonna... It was a woman, by the way.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Moving on. The Blue-Green Merfolk, look... More 1-drops. The 1-drops matter. Commander Speaker. Again, it's always these 1-drops, this powerful 1-drop attacking for a lot of damage. Happened in both games. Yeah, just wonderful. Great upgrade. Simic I think is the way to go. Until we see what comes out of Rivals of Ixalan, Simic is better than Mono Blue Merfolk. So, we're going to thank all my patrons supporting me on Patreon. We're also going to thank themanabase.com for being our sponsor. This has been Nikachu and his brother playing Simic Merfolk in Modern.